up? What's up? This is Ash, the Neighborhood Ninja, coming at you with talk.s. Hit. I'm here with my boy Manny Alcatraz. What's up, Manny?
Hey, what's going on, Ash? How you doing, brother?
Nah, I'm doing great, man. Shit, just chilling. What about you, bro?
Oh man, I'm holding it down up here, man. Michigan's getting a little crazy with this weather, man. But it is what it is. It's starting to snow a little bit, then it's got the rain, the cold ass rain, man. So, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Gotta love our state. You know what I'm saying? The murder mitten. You know.
Yeah, the murder mitten, right? Oh fuck yeah. Hey man, real quick, give us a recap of the gathering, bro.
I didn't make the gathering this
Ah
past year,
shit.
brother. Yeah, no, it's all good. I end up having to pass on it this year, but I heard a lot of great things about it. They said I know for a fact they had Kid and Play out there, bro.
Yeah, that's
They brought out
crazy.
old school Kid and Play and they
Yeah.
tore it up. And Kid and Play had a blast. They said
Shit.
they think the boys, they think the clowns, man, and they were like, "Thanks for having us, man. We'll be back again if you want to have us back. We appreciate it. The fan love, you know what I mean? Like everybody showed them love, so that was real cool. I know they ran things a little bit different this year because of the whole first time coming back from COVID,
Yeah.
but they still turned it out. Like everybody seemed to be happy, even though it was only a couple days this time. Um, and I know for a fact, Shaggy and the Creep, they had their merch tent, and then they were doing video streams that
Yeah,
they were
those were the
recording off
shit.
of. Yeah, man, they had
Fuck yeah.
Vanilla Ice and DJ Clay,
It's
and
fucking
man, I mean,
Steve-O, bro.
yeah, Steve-O. And
Fucking
then
shit.
you see when he lit Shaggy's head on fire.
Yeah.
I was just like, dude, these guys are nuts, man. But yeah, man, no, and
That
then
shit
he,
was
he had a
fresh.
blast. Yeah, no, he had a blast. I'm glad they worked everything out, man. You know what I mean? And it's just like we had talked about before. You know what I'm saying? On the side that life's too short, man. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I'm glad they squashed the little misunderstanding that they had, and they said that the Juggalos showed them mad love, man. You know what I mean? Right away, like it wasn't nothing major. Like it's water under the bridge, so it is what it is. You know what I mean? So that was real cool, man. And like I said, the guys turned it out. So of course, you know what I mean. And then like I says, man, they talked a little bit about that album that just dropped, bro. I
Right.
told you it was gonna be fire, didn't
Mm-hmm.
I?
Yeah, you did, man. Yeah, cause
Oh yeah,
you were in studio with them while they're making it, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
some of the
yeah. I had
tracks and
the
shit.
Yeah, man, I had the honor of more
Fuck.
more than half the album. I got a chance to listen to and stuff like that, and while they were in there doing their thing, you know what I'm saying, when I was helping them out and everything, um, and it was just the creative process, man, is just phenomenal. And then just like you and I had talked about how it's got that old school flavor,
Yeah, fuck yeah. It
but
really
but
does.
with a little bit of new shit sprinkled into it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like they're still doing it, man. Like I give them props, man. You know what I mean? Like to be 30 years in the game, man, and
Still doing
still be doing it, man. Yeah, and then for the fans to still love it. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of that, I
shit.
wanted to do a little drop a little hint, if you will. I ended up working yesterday, man,
Right.
um, and we'll do a little surprise for our fans right here, bro. They uh, they did a video shoot yesterday.
Oh
I'm
shit.
not gonna I'm not gonna say what song.
Right,
I'm not
right.
gonna say what song, bro. But they tore it up, bro. They tore it up, the song is one of the bangers. I mean, they got numerous ones, but it's one of my bangers that I love. Bumping in the ride and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so I was just geek, man. Like just standing off to the side and watching the boys do their thing, man. It was real cool, man.
Well, you kind of told me that they kind of added some Chicano flavor to it, right? On
Yeah,
the video.
yeah. Yup,
That's
yup.
fresh, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
really
They
the
they
shit.
they yup. So they added it up. Um yup, they got a lowrider from Southwest that was a hookup through DJ Clay. DJ Clay showed up,
Yeah.
and it was cool that him and I got a chance to catch up, bro. Because I haven't seen him in a while. It had been a couple months. You know what I mean? So
Right.
um, but yeah, we just chopped it up, man, and then he's in the video, you know what I mean? So,
Hell yeah.
but it was cool, man. It was real cool, man. And speaking of him, we got some flavor for him coming up, man.
Right.
I talked to him, and when we can get some stuff set in stone, man, he wants to be on the show, bro.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be the shit. Watch. I'm telling
Oh
you.
yeah,
Fuck, I can't wait. I got a lot of shit I want to ask him. You know what I mean?
that's cool,
A
man. That's
lot.
cool.
So that one's gonna be the shit, definitely, man. I can't wait for that. What about I was gonna ask you when they're doing like when they're in studio, is anybody recording like video?
No, not yet, man.
Fuck, that sucks.
I'm not too sure if because they talked about how coming up probably in about a year they're going to do their farewell tour,
Right.
and they don't want to do like these other bands that they say their farewell tour and then they come back 2 years later and do another farewell tour. Like when they put their hats up, you know what I'm saying, on their hook,
Right.
and it's done, then it's gonna be done. They're still gonna be making music and stuff like that, and they still might have a couple events that they normally have, like it says, like the Gathering and Big Ballers
And Hollow
and
Wicked and
stuff like
shit.
that. Yep, and of course Hollow Wicked. So they think they might still do a couple of those, but they're not sure because, like you said, man, they are getting older, man. And
Yeah, fuck yeah, they
it
are.
I've seen it firsthand where it takes a lot out of them to perform, on the road almost every other night. You know what I mean? And then go to another city and tear it up, and then go to the hotel and try to get something to eat and try to get a few hours of sleep. Then we're waking up and loading up and then going to the next city, and then you know what I mean. So it's just like it takes its toll, man, and I've seen it firsthand, and that's why I say, like, I give these guys props, man.
Yeah,
Like
fuck yeah.
they they really bring it, man. They bring it, and they do it because they love their fans.
Well, you're a professional wrestler and shit, so I don't know if you really traveled a lot, like from especially back in the day. You know the stories I hear and how that shit just takes a toll on you. And
Oh yeah.
ICP used to wrestle and tour at the same time when they're in WCW. Fuck that.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? That shit
Yeah, and
it
that's what
catches up.
they told me. They were like, they'd fly in for a WCW event,
Hmm.
and then they fly back out to continue the tour the next day or whatever. You
Right.
know what I mean? So it was just nuts, man. But they did it because they love wrestling, man. In their hearts, they really wanted to be, pro wrestlers, and they did
Right.
it. You know what I mean? So they you know what I mean? Like you and I chopped it up the other day, man, and
Right.
Corey Graves had a he did his little I forgot what's the name of his show, his podcast.
Fuck, what is it called? It's because this is the first and only time I've ever heard it. So shit, what the fuck is it? But yeah, the
Uh, I can't remember, behind or after the bell or behind the bell or
shit.
something like that.
I didn't even pay
And
attention to tell you the truth, but it was good shit though, man. Everyone needs to go check that shit out, dude. Corey Graves podcast. I on Spotify. That's where I checked it out with ICP.
okay.
So you go
Yeah,
check that
man, it
shit
was
out.
cool, man, and they gave mad love back to WWE,
Right?
and they gave it right back to him, man. And he even told a little story towards the end that
Yeah.
he was like a juggalo, man. That he went to a concert, and
He
then that chick broke up with him the
yeah
next
got
day.
dumped.
Yeah, and he was just like, "For what? What's going on?" She's like, "We went to the concert last night and you didn't even pay attention to me." He's like, "Well, shit, I'm drenched in
Yeah.
Fago, watching the Wicked Clowns, man. What did you expect?" You know what I'm saying? So I was just like laughing when I heard that story, man. Like that was really really cool, man.
Yeah, I
That
really
he
like that
and
shit
he
too.
yeah, man, that he opened up like that. So that was real cool.
Hey man, is there any news on La Perp? Like
Um,
I know she was at the
I
gathering and shit. I know she performed and everything, but I don't know if
yeah,
she's
I'm
really
not.
getting down.
I'm not too sure, brother. I'm not too sure. I haven't heard anything my way.
Hmm.
Um, so you know what I mean. I'm not too sure. I just I really ain't heard nothing. So I'm not sure. I can't quote you know yay or nay. I'm not too sure.
All right, shit. Well, I hope she fucking does some good shit because she's pretty. She's all right, man. I kind I like her raps, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if
Yeah,
you've heard her shit.
I think I heard like one or two of her songs
Yeah,
before she had told me about that were like on Spotify and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I had checked one or two of them out, and it was okay. You know what I mean? Like she's got her own style.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just and just like Blase. Some people
Yeah,
liked her, some people didn't. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? But she had her own style. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And you try to fit in with the masses, but that's what's so cool about Psychopathic is they're not necessarily for the masses, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you play to everybody's like a little bit different in the Juggalo world, and that's what's so cool about it is it's such a broad spectrum. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah,
Shit, man. Well, that's fresh as fuck though that you're part of that world. You know what I mean?
yeah, no, man. I mean, it's still like I sit here and think about it sometimes, man, and I really appreciate it, man. Like, the love that the boys, the clowns,
Right.
Violent J and Shaggy Two Dope give me, and and also the love from the Juggalos, man. You
Oh
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
fuck yeah.
Like, because I was thinking about that earlier today, and I was just like, because some people ask me, "Well, do you consider yourself a Juggalo?" And I'm like, to me, Ash, like I'm on the fence because I've seen the diehard Juggalos, brother.
Yeah.
I've seen them. I've met them. And there's some true diehard people out there, and a lot of them show me love
Mm-hmm.
because when they see me with Jay or Shaggy or whatever, that I'm real cool. I'm approachable. Like when I would do security for the VIP shows and stuff like that, the
Right.
VIP meet and greets and stuff. I was never really a dick to nobody because they're paying their hard-earned money and they're nervous to get ready to see their idols, man. You
Right.
know what I'm
Fuck yeah.
saying? So I'm just like, so I just try to be cool with everybody, and I've been listening to them since back in the cassette tape days, man. Beverly Kills, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Fuck yeah.
saying? My boy was bumping the cassette tape, and that's what I was just like, man, it's pretty crazy, but all right, cool, because at that time we were bumping Isham up here,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, and everything like that, and that's when Isham he wasn't even selling stuff in stores. You had to find a store in Saginaw that would go to Detroit and buy like a couple cases of the CDs or the records and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then he'd bring them up here, and then they'd start selling out, man. You know what I
Fuck.
mean? But so I'm like, so I'm on the fence because like when a lot of people ask me some questions, there's some things that I don't know. You know what I mean? So I don't want to sit there and say, oh, I'm a juggalo, I'm a juggalo. But
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, when people are like, well, what about this, and that? And then I'm just like, well, I don't really know. You know what
Right.
I mean? Then it's like, I don't want to be like a half stepper. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the they've shown me so much love, man, and they welcome me. And then, like it says, because they see the chemistry that me and the guys got,
Mm-hmm.
and they just showed me love, man, and so it's just real cool. So I got mad respect for the Juggalo world, man. You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
you know, again, across the spectrum, man, I've seen lawyers. I've met people that were lawyers, doctors, nurses. Met some people unemployed. You know what I mean? This and that,
Yeah.
whatever, whatever. So it's just a crazy spectrum, man. You know what I mean? But it's cool, man. It's badass.
Yo, you know what I wanted to tell you? Remember at the gathering here when I met you?
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember. There was this white boy by me, but like
Huh.
he was just there though. I don't know him, but
Okay.
Shaggy had talked about somebody like fuck a couple shows ago about the guy that walks to the gathering. That was him.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was all like, "What's up, bro?" And he's like, "Shit, I walked here from Seattle, bro." I was like, "Shut the fuck up,
Shit.
dude."
Yeah, that was all the way in Oklahoma
And
too, man.
yeah, and I was all like, "Yeah, shit, man." And I bought a Gatorade or some. And he's like, "Hey, bro, could you buy me a water?" I was like, "Shit, bro." And I fucking bought him a Gatorade and shit. I was like, "Dude, you ain't got no cash either." Like, fuck, dude, how do you do this shit? And he's like, "Fuck,
Yeah. I
yeah,
and I've seen it, man, and that's what. that's why I learned a lot of respect. I got a lot of respect for him, man, because that was my first gathering that I got a chance to wrestle at and everything
Yeah.
was there in Oklahoma, and I I seen it firsthand, man. Like they had water towers and they had showers and
Yep.
set up for juggalos that were camping and stuff like that. And they had water towers all over the place in case people needed water. And then even like they had the three stages. You know, you got your main stage and you had the two other stages,
Yep.
and they were giving out, you know, because it was so hot out there, man, hot and dusty,
Fuck
and
yeah.
they uh they were going around. They would give out bottled water to people and stuff like that, man. I was like, dude, there ain't no fucking rappers. There ain't no entertainers. Period.
Entertainers. Yeah.
Out here showing their fans love like this, man. Where they're giving them bottled water and everything like that,
Right.
man. Like that's crazy. Then they had the barbecue. They had the
Yep.
barbecue that
Yeah.
one time. Yup,
Oh
yup.
yeah, they always do good shit like that, man. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, man. So that's what, like I says, man. I earned a ton of respect for him, man.
Yeah. You know what though? That Steve-O, like being at the gathering and shit was really like I was like, what the fuck? Cause like I love Jackass, you know what I mean?
Uh
Which
huh.
like my daughter, real quick, happy birthday. She just turned 18 a couple days ago and shit.
Oh, happy birthday, young lady. Happy birthday.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, bro, cause she's 18 and that's what age I was when she was born, you know what I mean? And I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? She's already there? Like how crazy life is, you know? But anyways, her favorite person in this world is Steve-O, bro, right?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And like it's just crazy to me how you know what I mean those two worlds collided. You know, the Juggalo world with the Jackass world. It's just it blew my fucking wig off, man. I was like, how in the fuck is this shit? It's just too fresh, you know.
Yeah.
I live
Yeah.
for shit like this, man. But yeah,
Yeah. It was cool, man. Like it says, you know, I saw a lot of stuff on YouTube
yeah,
and stuff like that, and a lot of the like little vignettes that Psychopathic had released with Steve and stuff like that.
yeah.
Because I know during that stuff they had, I know before they had a video crew in Oklahoma that was following them
Oh
around a
shit,
little bit, and they recorded the whole concert, and they had drones and stuff like that. And then I know they had that again at the Super Duper gathering,
mm-hmm.
and they had drone video footage and stuff like that. And so that was cool, man. Like, you know, that they're getting stuff like that. So I mean, in the long run, I think they are gonna have somebody maybe do like a even just taking pictures.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of like them maybe getting ready, or you know, like what they got to go through to get into the mindset. You know what I mean? Like before a concert or whatever. Like, you know,
Shit,
like a autobiography type book, behind the scene type thing. I'm not too sure, um,
shit.
but I think that would be cool because, you know, to do what they do, man, is just amazing.
That was
And
some good shit.
yeah, yeah. So, you know, but you know, like I said, the same thing afterwards, man. It takes its toll, and there's, you know, so there's a lot of stuff that people don't see, but they do it because they love them, man. You know what I mean?
Shit, man, you should be doing shit like that, like documenting all the shit. Because do you know that guy? Fuck, man, he's with Mr. Cartoon. I think his name is. I don't want to fuck up his name because he's the shit. His name is Steve Oriella or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, the photographer, the
Yeah,
black and white photographer guy.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
should be doing shit like that, bro. I mean, if I could, I would, bro. Just bam, you know, every concert, every gathering, snap some pictures, videos, whatever the fuck, you know, because it's different now. You know,
yeah.
back then, all he did was mostly pictures, which are great shit, you know.
Uh huh.
You know what I mean? So that'd be pretty fresh if you could do shit like that. But I don't know, you know, it's just an idea.
Yeah. No, yeah, no, no, definitely, man. And I mean, even when it comes to the patrons, because the patrons are going to be picking up back up
Right.
at the beginning of December. So you know, so the Juggalos can get ready for that, man. I know they
Yeah.
take a couple months off, but yeah, they're going to pick back up in December.
Yeah, you're gonna
And
be on that bitch too, huh?
yeah, I think so. I think I might be in a couple episodes. I'm
All
not
right.
too
Hell yeah.
sure. You know, I usually just play it by ear. You know what I mean? Like
All
whatever
right.
they need. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck yeah. Mm.
Cool. So what about you, brother, man? What you been up to?
Not much, man. Just fucking working and shit and trying to get this shit going, But
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
but everything's good, man. Everything's good. Working on my drawings, my shirts. A
awesome.
lot of shit, man, coming up.
Yeah,
It's fuck.
I seen you show me some of your shirts, man. Like that's gonna be
Yeah.
pretty cool, man. Like
I,
you need to get some new stuff out there, man. The fans want it, bro.
I was gonna tell you, I need to send you some shit too, man.
Yeah, no,
You know
definitely,
what I
man.
mean?
I'll rock some shit. You know, it's got to be on the bigger size
No, no, definitely,
because
definitely.
I'm a big dude, man. So it's
Yeah.
got to be like a 5XL.
Yeah, no, I
You know what
got
I
you, bro.
mean?
Yeah, no, I got you. Don't worry, bro. Hell yeah. Yo, I was gonna tell you, did you watch that Dark Side of the Ring yet?
Oh, which one?
Like any of them?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I watched the first two seasons. The first two seasons, and I
Cause
mean, I like how they start out about Carlos Coleon. You know what I mean?
yeah, that
About
motherfucker.
what happened in Puerto Rico and
Yeah,
everything, and Bruiser Brody. Like I had heard the stories, here and there
yeah.
in the locker room because reason being, like, we were when we were talking, you were like, what era of wrestling did you come up on? And I surprised you when I was like, I grew up in the '80s, bro. And I
Right.
was like, you were like, what? And I was just like, yeah, man. I
I was
was
like,
like,
fuck.
I grew up with fucking Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, Hercules Hernandez, Jake the Snake. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
all them cats. You know what I'm saying? And then of course, I grew out of it, and then I got back into it during the whole Monday Night Wars thing,
Right.
and it was cool, man. Like it says, and that's when that came on, that's when I was just like, I can do this, man. You know what I mean? Like I want to give it a shot, and if I try and I fail, at least I tried. You
So
know what I mean? And I tried it, and I seemed pretty good at it,
fuck yeah.
and a lot of the fans seemed to like me. Well, of course, back then, um, they love to hate me because I was a big old Mexican dude from jail.
Right.
So of course, you know what I'm saying? They were just like anywhere I go and there's not a lot of minorities, it was all boo boo. So it was,
Fuck this guy.
easy to be a bad guy, exactly. But I know we were talking and you totally tripped out on who I told you my trainer was, man.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah.
Um but it's UFC legend Dan the Beast Severin, man.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
He trained me down in Coldwater, Michigan, man. Me and my boy Monty Brown and a couple other of our homeboys and stuff. And yeah, that's the second camp that I went to. The first camp I was going to was in Detroit, and it was a little ghetto fabulous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, I did learn some stuff. I met a handful of guys, and I know we tripped out because I totally forgot that one of the guys that I used to train with, he went on to TNA, man, and became real famous on Impact and everything. And he goes by the name of Chris Sabin, man. He was one half of the Motor City Machine Guns.
You know Chris Sabian, bro?
Yeah, man,
You never
Chris
fucking
Sabin.
told me? What the fuck?
Hey, bro, I be forgetting, bro. Like that
Shit.
was 17 years ago, man. You know what I mean?
Fucking
Like,
Alex Shelley and him.
yup, Alex Shelley, Alex Shelley.
Yeah, bro. Dude, I fucking love Chris Sabian, man. The matches he had with like Petey Williams and all them motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, man.
Holy
They great
shit.
chemistry, man. Great chemistry.
God
They
damn,
used to
man.
tear it up, bro.
Yeah, the
That
X
X
Division
division set
was
it off.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
man.
was great.
Like, and it was so funny because WWE tried to with the cruiserweight division,
Right.
they tried to match it, but they couldn't because
Yeah, the WWE just don't
they
know how to
had they
fuck with that.
they they had all the talent in the world, but with all the talent, you don't know what to do with everybody. You know what I mean? Like you can't please all the fans and you can't please all the wrestlers.
Right.
So it's just like, when you own everything, you really, the playbook changes. You know what I'm saying? So um, that's why I feel bad, because like I says, there was a handful of guys. Like I says, like Ricochet is one of them.
Fuck
He
yeah.
started out in the cruiserweight division, but because he was such a good wrestler, even though he was a little bit shorter, just like Apollo Crews, they they gave him a push to the regular lineup, and they were trying to figure out where he fit in. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And then it took years, but they finally found a niche for him, man. And
Yeah.
I give them props, man, because like it says, Ricochet He's a great dude, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's probably one of the
And
best
that
right now in
dude
the
can
world.
wrestle his ass off, man.
Fuck yeah. No, definitely, man. What about I didn't know, man, that you followed boxing and shit. I was gonna ask you about the Canelo fight that one night, but I was like, I probably don't watch this shit. But now I know
Oh
you do.
no, yeah.
That's
Yeah, of course, man. I'm down with Canelo, man. This
he's the
is the
shit.
baddest Mexican around, bro.
Yeah,
Pound for pound, the
that's what I
greatest
was gonna
boxer in
say.
the world,
Right
man.
now,
And
today, fucking
he
definitely.
he's a bad boy, bro. I mean, I wouldn't want to throw hands with that dude. Ain't no chingazos over here. I'd be like, hey, it's all good, brother.
Did you, I don't know if you watched the press conference though, the first one where they kind of got into it. Did you see that?
Uh-huh. Yeah, where he went to he slapped the guy's glasses off.
Yeah,
Where the guy went to slap him
yeah, and
and
boom.
after he pushed him. And yeah, so but I when I seen them glasses fly off, I was just like, chinga, bro,
You
that
you
the
you know
speed that he's got.
you know Canelo won the fight right there and then, right?
Yeah, oh
He
yeah,
really
oh
did.
yeah.
He got into that
Especially
dude's head,
because
and it was over.
yeah, he touched him by open
Yeah,
palm face,
yeah.
slapped
He's
him,
like,
man. You know what I mean?
fuck.
His glasses
Yeah,
went flying, and the dude didn't even see the punch coming. You know what I mean? And it was open hand.
yeah.
So
It
that's
was
why I was
over.
just like, to be that fast and as strong as he is, man.
Fuck. He
Oh, he's a
finished.
bad boy, bro.
Yeah, he.
Especially when he works to the body.
Fuck. He's
Oh
beautiful.
man,
It's beautiful shit.
he's a bad dude, man.
You know, he picked up another fight already, right? It's against some black dude that knocks dudes out. So we'll see what happens there.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I didn't know that, but that's
Yeah,
cool, man. I mean,
staying busy.
he's beating everybody, but you know, he still he loves the sport. You know what I mean? And he loves the fans.
Fuck
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So, he tries to give everybody 110%, man. And he genuinely, I don't know him. I've never met him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I would be it would be an honor to meet him. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Or like we talked about, man, not even just him, but the Diaz brothers, man.
Yeah. Fuck
And
yeah.
you
Diaz for
you were
life.
telling me a story, man. I don't know if you ever shared that story online, but maybe you can let the
Yeah.
listeners know about that story right now, brother.
Yeah. About when I met Nick Diaz and Nate. It was Nate's first fight. It was over there in Broomfield, Colorado,
Uh huh.
and like everybody was rushing. They were rushing both of them, but at the time when we first seen Nick, he was standing like just a couple feet away from us, and there's all kinds of people rushing him, and he's like, hey, I'm just trying to watch my brother fight. Come on, because everyone wanted pictures and fucking autographs and shit, right? And he
Yeah.
this motherfucker was annoyed, so I was like, fuck, dude, these people fucked everything up for us, you know.
Yeah.
And he had just got off a fight. Nick did. He fought in Pride at the time. He fought one of our
Okay.
favorite fighters. His name's Gomi, a Japanese fighter, and it was a great fight, man. Well, I'll send you the link. You'll love that fight. But anyways,
Oh,
we
cool.
we really wanted to talk about that with him. So I was like, fuck it. I told my brother, let's just go, dude. And my brother was holding my son. You know, my son was like 2 years old.
Uh,
So we walk up to him and I was like, fucking. I was like, hey Nick, I'm not. I don't want no pictures or none, bro. I just want to shake your hand and say that you're the shit, dude. I'm a big fan and everything. And he's like, all right. And then my brother too, or whatever. And my brother was telling him like, yeah, dude, the Gomi fight, the way, whatever the fuck. And it's like, I don't know, maybe he was high or some shit, but he wasn't paying attention to anything my brother was saying. He was just playing with my son and shit. And he's like, hey, you got a good looking kid there. And I was like, dude, that's cool, you know. And he's all
that's
right.
cool,
Yeah, and
man.
it's just like, all right, guys, I just want to watch my brother fight real quick. Is if that's cool? We're like, oh fuck yeah, bro, thank you, man. And that was it. That's all you
That's
need. You know what I
awesome,
mean?
man. Exactly, exactly. Not too much, not too
Mm-hmm.
less. Just just
Show respect and
giving them the
yeah.
respect that they deserve and they earned. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And just keep on moving. You know what I'm saying?
But
So
but to tell you the truth,
it's
man,
uh-huh.
like when I see Nick Diaz in person, I was all like, this is the fucking killer. Like, dude, he looks like
Yeah.
if he ain't got shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, he's not the most built dude in the world
Yeah.
at all by far, but his cardio and his just he's got that natural punching power,
Mm-hmm.
man. And the same thing that everybody says is that he comes off and his lines are just crazy. Like he's just he, you know who he reminds me of a lot
Who?
is Chuck Liddell.
Oh yeah.
Like Chuck Liddell could knock you out going backwards.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Chuck
Yeah.
Liddell would be going backwards against the cage or whatever, and then just
Damn.
throw a punch and just connect, and boop, there you go, night night. You know what
Man,
I'm saying?
you know what?
So
Chuck Liddell's punch reminds me like when I see him punch, it looks like a piston or some shit to me, bro. It's just like boom. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
oh
Or
yeah,
it
like an
used to
engine,
be.
man.
Yeah.
It's crazy
Fucking
that
holy
because
shit.
that's some power coming out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, Nick Diaz at the time, you know what I'm saying? This is 2008, so
Uh huh.
like seriously, if it was in the streets and like I seen him and he started shit, I'd be like, "Fuck this! Guy, I'm about to go fuck him up." You know, like that's what he looked like. It's
Yeah,
weird, bro. But nah, I love that guy. I don't know. Did you see his last fight? He just came back a couple months ago.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know he got beat, and people are saying like, "Oh, dude, like he ain't got it no more." But nah, man, something was up with him, and he just didn't want to fight that fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it was to be honest, man, it was a crappy fight.
Yeah.
The whole situation,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Because of weed, you're gonna ban this dude,
Right.
and you mean to tell me that there's not been any other fighter that has popped or failed a drug test or a steroid test or whatever in any of other your fights? You know what I'm saying?
Fuck yeah.
But you want to take it out on a Mexican dude because for weed, because and there was nothing
Fucking
else in the
weed.
system. There
Yeah.
was no steroids. There was nothing else in the system, just weed, and
Yeah.
that's what he used to help heal his body, and stuff like that. Was because instead of using steroids and whatever, he I remember reading about it, like he would smoke weed for medical purposes.
Right.
And even though he had a legit, because out in California, it's legal, and even though it's in California, but because of the UFC rules and stuff,
Well, it's the state
they
commission.
yeah, in the state, yup,
Yeah,
in
it's the
the
state
Las
commission.
Vegas,
Yeah.
yup. So it was just like, Nevada, and it was just they just wanted to make an example. And of course, you already know him and his brother were very outspoken.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was a good thing and it's a bad thing. So I felt bad that they had to make an example out of him, but
Mm-hmm.
that they let his brother still continue to fight.
Oh, but
You know
shit.
what I mean?
Yeah,
But
his brother
you know,
blew
y-
up though.
yeah, no, yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Watching him come back, and you could tell he wasn't really into it. You know what
Yeah,
I
he
mean?
wasn't.
But
He was
God
out of
willing,
shape.
he comes back, and he's got his mindset, and he accomplishes what he wants to accomplish, and being one of the best fighters that he can be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, cause he is up there in age though, man. Like, and he's been fighting for years, so
Oh yeah,
there's
because
no.
what they had him, what, 5 years, 6 years off.
Yeah, you believe that shit?
Yup.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
crazy because that fight that you're talking about when he got busted with the weed, and
Uh-huh.
the fight or the guy he was fighting was Anderson Silva. You know, the great Anderson Silva, but
So what?
Anderson was full of steroids, bro,
Yeah.
and he got a lighter sentence.
Yup.
It's
Yup.
bullshit.
It
But
was nuts, man.
yeah,
That's why
it's just fucking
I
crazy.
couldn't believe it. I was just like, that's just wrong, man. For weed,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like you're gonna ban this dude for life
Well,
because of weed, and I was just like, wow.
on
I
the
just
back to the dark side of the ring, I just kind of want to get like your input on it since you're a professional wrestler, and I'm pretty sure you may or knew some of these guys and shit because there was
uh-huh,
one. It was called some shit in Korea, right?
uh-huh, uh-huh.
And they said that Too Cold Scorpio beat the shit out of Hawk, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I never knew
I
about
heard I
that.
heard about that. Yeah, yeah, I heard about that because it was something to do with something that happened outside the ring.
All
And,
right.
and, and it was like Hawk had said something about Tuco Scorpio to some people, and of course, the locker rooms are so damn small, man, that
Yeah.
people talk. So of course somebody schooled Tuco Scorpio, and they weren't even wrestling. They,
Right.
they were just in the locker room, I think. And
Yeah.
Tuco Scorpio went up to him and was just like, Didn't even say that. It just socked him right in his shit. You know what I'm saying? It dropped him.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, now don't get me wrong, he was an animal, but hey, you you take a shot, a straight shot. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can go down,
Yeah,
no matter
that's
how
true.
big you are. You know what I'm saying? The trees get chopped. You know what I'm saying? Coming on.
Yeah, cause Scott Norton was on there talking about that, and he's like, yeah, he just caught Hawk on the bad, like Hawk was fucking
Yeah,
drunk and on pills and shit. So, but if they were sober, hell no. Like Hawk was a fucking animal, or whatever. But I
yeah.
don't know, man. Like I'm kind of like, yeah, I see what you mean, bro. But shit, or two cold Scorpios from fucking the streets of Denver too, bro. So
Yup.
I don't
Yup.
know, man. You
That's
know what I
that's what
mean?
I'm saying. And that's the thing is they try to downplay it
Yeah.
because of course Animal and Hawk are in the WWE Hall of Fame and this and that,
Right.
whatever, whatever. But it's still like, so I know he was Scott Norton was trying to say face for Hawk, you know what I mean?
Right.
But
Exactly.
it,
Cause
it, it happened, man. You got dropped, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
shit
Shit.
happens, man.
It happens.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. When I hear stories like that, I'm like, dude, these motherfuckers are just normal people.
Oh yeah.
Like,
And that's what like a lot of fans don't understand is, you know what I mean? Like wrestling is a character. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, sometimes you take it to real heart as far as like who you are, like Stone Cold. When he became Stone Cold Steve Austin,
right,
he embraced that, and that's why he played that role so good, was because honestly, that was like 50-60% of him,
right.
really him. You know what I mean? That he was able to let out because he was always a redneck. You know what I mean? Born and raised in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Victoria, Texas, and
Right.
and he didn't deny it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, um, and the same thing with The Rock. You know what I mean? Once he started getting his niche,
Right.
he developed that character, which is partially him. You know what I mean? Now, of course,
Mm,
is that him 100%? No, no. You know what I mean?
no,
And
no,
like you've
but
seen that. Have you ever seen that Page movie?
I have. Yes, it's pretty good.
Okay, and remember when him and Paige, the brother and
Yeah, the
Paige
brother.
meet
Yeah.
the Rock.
Yeah.
Yup, and he turns it on, and then he turns it off. You know what I
I
mean?
think that's
Like,
the shit. How he could do that.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
exactly. You know what I mean? But he was trying to school him, and they didn't. At the time, they didn't soak it up. They were just amused because
It's the fucking rock.
they're fans. Exactly, exactly. Instead of soaking it in, and that's why, like when she finally got signed and
Yeah.
went up to WWE, the main roster, when he called her parents from WrestleMania,
Yeah.
and he told her, you know, that they were gonna go. She was gonna be wrestling on Raw the next day. You know what I mean? Um, like he schooled her as best as he could, but he was still being like real with it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. Yeah. Fuck
And
yeah.
so that's cool, man. Like I
You
says, I mean, I like the movie, man. You know what I mean? It it shows a little bit of behind the scenes of wrestling. Have you ever seen this one movie called The Wrestler
Of
with
course,
Mickey
man.
Rourke?
Fuck yeah. That shit's
Okay, that
crazy.
that that is a really really um
Good.
close to like how lock independent. Let me say this right. Independent locker rooms are. You know
Fuck.
what I mean? Independent wrestling locker rooms. And what I mean by independent is, some people might have TV, but they're your local wrestling uh federation,
Right.
and like they bring in people from out of state or whatever to wrestle, and stuff like that. And you're usually wrestling at a church, at a high school, at a gymnasium, at an auditorium, something like that, not in a big arena. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like WWE or WCW did. You know what I mean? So it was more of a lower level, and I had met, man, dude, I can't even sit there and tell you how many guys I've been honored to not just share the ring with, but share
Right.
the locker room with, and learn. Like I tell you who was cool as shit, man. Who showed me and my crew mad love was Balls Mahoney.
Balls Mahoney.
Balls
Yeah,
Mahoney
yeah.
was real cool, cool as shit, man. Him, Hacksaw Jim Duggan was real cool. Um, Hawk, I was on a show with Hawk
Right.
3 weeks, 3 or 2 weeks before he died, before he had his heart attack,
Hmm.
and so that was crazy, man. You know what I mean? But I've wrestled Chris Masters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, Sabu. We've talked about. I know your brother. You were like, man, my brother loves
Fuck
Sabu,
yeah, he does.
and so I've met and wrestled and kicked it in the locker room plenty of times with Sabu. You know what I mean?
Speaking on Sabu, you know he just announced his retirement, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was
I
like,
just I
oh
just heard
shit.
that. I just heard that.
Yeah,
That's
me
that's
too.
crazy. I mean, it's been a long time coming, but
Right.
I wish him well. You know what I mean? I mean, he's tore up his body enough for the crowd. You know what I mean? So it's time for him to
Have,
to
have,
rest now. You know what I mean? Like he
fuck yeah.
deserves a break, bro.
Have you seen that interview where they're because he's talking about when when he was going to WWF and they told him he had to be the Sultan and he's like fuck that character and all this
Oh
shit.
yeah,
And then they asked him like, well, if they asked you to be the Sultan right now, would you do it? And he's like, fuck yeah, dude, I wouldn't be broke. He's
exactly.
like, I should have
And
fucking
that and
took it, dude.
that and that's the thing, But at the time, he was on cloud nine,
It's
and
because he was
he was
Sabu,
still up
bro.
there from EC Dub and stuff. So you know he he wanted to call his own shots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
fuck yeah.
but it happens, man. Sometimes it works out in their favor, sometimes it doesn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but yeah, it's just fucking crazy though, man. Well, on one of the Dark Side of the Rings, man, that really like hit me. Like I was like, whoa, shit, that's crazy. Like that shit happens. I guess it's kind of what you were saying about how Stone Cold is Stone Cold and The Rock or whatever, right? Like
Uh huh.
it's on the Ultimate Warrior where they're saying that he was a good person and all this shit, and once he won the title, like his ex-wife says, all like Jim left to go wrestle Hulk Hogan, and when he showed up back home, the Ultimate Warrior showed up. Jim never came back. I was like, whoa, that he was a complete
Yeah.
prick. He was just Ultimate Warrior. I was like, damn, that's
Yeah.
fucked
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. I mean, there was I believe in that interview, they talk about how he he wanted what do they call that? Like creative control over his character, just
Fuck
like
yeah,
Hulk Hogan had.
yeah.
And he was supposed to lose a match or something like that. And he told Vince McMahon, "I'm not going if I don't win." And this and that. And I don't remember what it was. It was for a pay per view,
Yeah, you want more money.
and he wanted more money. Yep.
Hmm.
And sure enough, he basically had held Vince up, and Vince was like, "All right," and gave him more money. And that was sort of like the beginning of his downfall.
Yeah,
You know
because
what I mean?
when he won and he came back, they fired him right there on the spot. And you know what's crazy? You know who heard about that while that shit was going on that same night? Greg the Hammer
Uh,
Valentine. So he
oh
said
wow.
he said fuck it. You know what I'm saying? If the Warriors doing it, I'm doing it too. So he went and did it
Yeah.
too, bro. So they both got
That's
fired on the
crazy.
same night. I was like, fucking
See?
Greg, dude. Yeah, that shit made me laugh, man.
That's crazy.
Oh hell yeah, man! But shit, man, we're fucking running out of time here, man. Shit, I want to
Okay.
go. I want to go another hour, but we got a lot of shows to do and shit, so we'll be
Yeah,
good.
definitely, definitely, man. And hopefully your brother will be on board. You know what I mean? I know you said he's working a lot, man, but he
Yeah,
he was mad cool. I remember chopping it up with him, and you know, I know we had talked about how like we want to go further with the shows and stuff like that. So
definitely.
like if any fans or just listeners in general have any questions,
Hmm.
how can they relay those questions like to you so you can get them to us?
Yeah, well, I'm on the fucking description and shit. I'm gonna leave links to like my Facebook, email, and I'm gonna drop some of your shit too, your Facebook, your Instagram, or your social media, let's say, right?
Yeah,
And all that, or they could even just comment, and we'll answer all this shit, right?
Yeah, no, definitely, man. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Um,
So
that's what's up, man. And
yeah,
and the same thing, if they have anybody, that might want to get interviewed or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, we're here to help out a little bit of everybody,
That's
man. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's just what's gonna make the show better and broaden the horizons. You know what I mean?
Mhm. No, definitely, man. Yeah, we're fucking down with that shit, and hopefully we could get a lot of guests. You know what I mean, for the fans and everything. Get
Yes,
some
sir.
old school MMA fans, old school MMA fighters and all that good shit. I'm working on all that. I got a couple lined up. But definitely,
Okay.
man, we're gonna have some good shit going on here soon. This is just the first one. Making a comeback and
Oh
shit.
yeah.
But all right, Manny, fucking, it was fresh having you on here talking a little ICP, a little wrestling and shit. But
Oh man, again, man, it's my honor, brother.
yeah,
I appreciate you guys, you having me, man, and I appreciate all the fans that have listened before, man,
yeah,
tuning in again. You know what I'm saying? If you like the podcast, man, tell two or three more people about it or share it with them,
fuck yeah,
and just the more people we can get behind us, you know what I mean? The more stuff we can do, man. Maybe like we talked about me taking a trip maybe sometime to Colorado, man, and,
hell
and
yeah,
you too, and doing like a not necessarily a live show, but like an in person show.
yeah, no,
That'd be
definitely.
that'd be badass. You know what I mean?
No,
So
definitely, yeah. Like we've been planning that shit out too ever since like that shit came up.
that's cool,
So
man.
yeah,
Definitely, I'm down, man. Like I says, as long as I'm open, I'm down like four flat tires, brother.
no, definitely. All right then, man. Well, fucking give a thumbs up if you know what's up, and give a thumbs down if you're down. Peace.
Peace.
Talk hit is a shit.